It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. On the ground, this is Franshise Jenkins.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 29-yard line.
Once again, Jenkins.
7 yards there and a 1st down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have you ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 9.
60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
Here's Sanders. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
First down. A gain of 12.
70
First down, Cleveland.
From the shotgun, Sanders. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
To throw now, here's Sanders.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards.
At the 7.
Ready?
On 1st down, here's Jenkins.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Ready? Go!
Sanders to throw.
This is caught. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
A gain of 7 yards. It's 4th down and goal.
And Audible here to get a new look. They'll go. Here's Sanders.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Here we go.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
This 2nd and 4.
Gun.
gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. And that last throw, CD, going to move him even further up that all-time passing leaderboard as he just moved beyond Broadway Joe Namath at 27,663 yards.
And that's impressive because Joe Namath, my goodness, he could throw a football. I mean, it was just gorgeous the way he threw it. Rallied his Jets to a Super Bowl win, one of the greatest upsets in NFL history. Broadway Joe, the man.
Here we go. Cut.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he'll scratch out a yard after the 30, and that's all. The Bengals at 500, 7-7 on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
11 mighty. 11.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Man open left side is Brown. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. We look at this Browns defense. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well in time there, and now 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there, definitely not his best. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Let's go now. Ready.
To throw is Sanders. Setting up a screen for Judkins. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. Yards that time on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So now on comes the Browns offense as they'll try for two more.
The Browns will line up for the two-point
70,
conversion.
70.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Gun. Stop.
This is Brown going up the middle. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. Now 2nd and 9.
Here we go. 180.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Ball past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call, because there's a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
This will be caught by Brown. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Gain of 6.
Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
It's a gain of 6.
Ready,
First down,
go.
Brown.
A give, here's Jenkins. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Sanders pass.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here we go. 180. Stop.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He will find his man Chase complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a first down to open the drive.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
11. Big 13. Big 13. 11 MT, Tate. 11 MT. Stop.
Here's Burrow. He finds his man complete. That's one. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
180. 11. 11. Stop.
Now Burrow. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
180. 12. 11 MT. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. He'll try and do this himself. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll stay on the ground with Judkins. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 3rd and 5. Now Sanders. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On now to punt, here's Bradley Pinion. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes, back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Burrow looking to pass. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first.
47-yard line.
He's just set. Stop. 11, 11, 11, 11. Stop.
He'll look to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And it's good for a gain of 6. And it's second down.
Brings up second and 4 at the 41-yard line.
11, 11. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, hit, boy, I sat down. Still ball, the money stacked out the shack now.
Here we go, here we go. 180, 11, 11, 11, 11. 11 MT, 11 MT. Stop.
They'll look to throw again. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's second and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down.
Can 11 Thomas, 11 MT Tate, 11 MT Tate. Stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Gun. Got. Big 13. 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. Stop.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
It's hot. 12, 11, 11. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. God.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Here we go, here we go. 180, 12, 12, 12. 11, Thomas. 11, MT, Tate. 11, MT, God.
On 2nd and 10. Burrow. Burrow loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
This time, the extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
On 1, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
On 1, ready?
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 180. 180. 11, 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12, 11, 11.
Back to throw. Looking deep here for Chase. This is caught inside the 15. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. McPherson's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Gun.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown fighting his way through contact. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Down inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. T. Higgins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Evan McPherson for the extra point.
And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied.
Evan McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 22.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand-new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 on a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Ready? 65.
Sanders. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Demetrius Knight
Came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
To throw now, here's Sanders.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here's Sanders.
And this is going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. On the return is Jones. That'll be a 43-yard punt
just a single yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Get your money up. I put money down. On all of us. On my people now.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
180. It's hot. Hot. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. Hot.
They go play action with Burrow. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Gun. Hot.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward to get the first down.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hot.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the 2nd and 8.
11. Here we go. 11 MT. 11. 180. 180 hot. 11 Thomas. Hot.
From midfield now, Burrow. That's caught. Andre Yoshibas. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 27 yards there, a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
11. He's just set. 180. Hot.
Play action. It's Burrow. And a ball going to be intercepted yet again. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this 3rd quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football, and that ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from drawing level.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like when you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab the nugget when I can.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will tie things at 20 all.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They start the drive with White. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
At the 30-yard line.
Come on. Hey. Viking, 18.
Opting to run again here with White. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Ready, set. Here we go, set. Got your line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Got it. Ready?
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Here's White. They set up the screen. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Here's Jones on the return. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Their own 40-yard line.
On 2.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7.
Here we go. Right 80. 11.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
Now he's going to step up and run. This will be caught by Brown. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
11 Thomas. 180. 11 MT. 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12. Dot.
Burrow throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he is going to have a Bengals first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going.
And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 65 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Big 13. 11 MT. 11 MT. Stop.
Here's Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Down the right sideline. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Browns 27, Bengals 20.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the 4th. After the pick six, here's Burrow again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, force the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
11, 11. 11 Thomas. 11 MT Tate. 11 MT Tate. Stop.
Now Burrow. This one complete to Yoshibas. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12. Gun, gun. Dot. Dot. Right 80. Dot.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Now they go screen. It's complete.
Good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
On one, ready?
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Here we go, here we go. 11, 11, 11. Cut.
Again, it's Burrow. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Mike Gesicki, 43 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there in the return. Here's 1st and 10. Now Sanders. Able to find Judy. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. First down, here's White. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just looking straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
From the gun, it's Shador. Into space at the 45. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
An 8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
How about this? They'll change it at the line. They'll go. Here's Sanders. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Throwing after the interception. Sanders. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Come on. Hey, pass ball 80.
They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would have made if the elements didn't exist.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
Okay, ready?
They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
On one, ready? Here we go. Stop.
They got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Down at the 19-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.